We might just get hit with the Rico.
Me Millie. Cause we in the field with them bird like we play for the Eagles. I'm on probation, so let me not talk what's illegal. Switch it up. Today I woke up with my drinker, she rich as a beetle. For my teachers that said I won't make it here.
There are plenty of things that we could talk about during this game because everyone's flipping out over this pointless, meaningless fucking game that was just played this past night against the New England Patriots. Even though the Patriots had their first defense out there the whole time, they had Tom Brady out there for a whole fucking half, and we had to throw in some people here and there on defense and on offense to see what they could do. So want to start out with Nick Foles. Threw really high passes, inaccurate, didn't do well in the pocket. And if you want to talk shit about that, last year Nick Foles had an elbow injury after the first preseason game and didn't play the rest of the fucking preseason. Didn't play until literally Carson Wentz got hurt the next week against the Giants. Didn't go too well at all. But what did he have around him? Well, the wide receivers, we didn't have any of our starting wide receivers in there. Besides Mike Wallace that was in there, that Nick Foles threw another shit ton of bad passes. Between Kamar Aiken that dropped balls, between, Greg Ward maybe caught 2 today. Not many guys. No Matt Collins, no Nelson Aguilar, no Alshon Jeffrey. Nobody is on the field, okay? And when that happens, you could shut the run down very easily. Jay Ajayi had some really good yards, good running by Jay Ajayi. The offensive line held it, but nobody can get open, so which caused Nick Foles to get sacked, which caused, Halapuli Vaitai probably had his worst game. Thank God Jason Peters is coming back. Vaitai played like a backup today. Didn't play well. Edge rushers were killing him today. I don't know why. But hopefully it's just one hiccup for Vaitai with Jason Peters coming back. Just a really bad game for him. The rest of the line was all right. Other than these stupid fucking penalties, this fucking new penalty with the head, it's going to be a fucking mess this year. The NFL is going to be so soft. Teams are going to get away with bloody fucking murder, even in the playoffs and to the fucking Super Bowl this year, whoever's playing in it. It's going to get fucking nuts with that, too. Besides the receivers not being in the game, besides Corey Clement not being in the game, Darren Sproles not being in the game, Carson Wentz not even being in the damn game, you go to the wide receivers, and the one wide receiver that stood out so fucking hard today that I was so surprised and did not think that he would make a comeback this year. Shelton Gibson must have had at least 100 yards or more this game, okay? And getting literally Nate Sudfeld, that was pretty damn good today. It was a lot better than last week. Threw dimes, perfect dimes to some of these receivers and these tight ends, and you can't complain. But Shelton Gibson, I think they were at the 2-yard line. Nate Sudfeld threw like a really perfect pass. I mean, that pass that landed right into his chest easily, 57 yards, and then scored some short touchdowns. And then on the kick returns, had 2 really good kick returns. I like Shelton Gibson on the kick returns. I'm seeing his speed. He's got a lot of speed, and the speed showed a lot more this year than it did last year. I didn't think he looked too fast in the NFL level, in the NFL setting last year. But this year, looks really elusive, looks very athletic, looks like he could storm past some guys. So watch for him on kick returns this year. Can't complain about Shelton Gibson, what he's done. And I think he's going to get a roster spot. I think he's going to beat Greg Ward. I think he's going to beat Marcus Wheaton. I think he's going to be right behind Matt Collins in a roster spot. So put him as being the 5th wide receiver on the roster. I put him on there. I didn't think he was really going to show much this year, but guy has turned around crazy. These defensive linemen did pretty good with pressure today, so really the pressure wasn't that bad today. Did pretty well. Fletcher Cox, Bennett did really well. All of them. I mean, they were all getting pressure. Nothing crazy, nothing bad. Brandon Graham's not in there, of course, because I think he's still on the injury bullshit from the surgery he had. I think he had surgery as well. Camu, Grugier-Hill, and Nate Gary actually made some good tackles today. They were pursuing the runners, pursuing the ball, using their vision. They didn't do too bad. Those two guys are the two guys that are going to be making the team. I don't see anyone else making the damn team at linebacker spot. Joe Walker is a depth guy, probably, maybe. Not starting at all, but Nate Gary, Camu, Grugier-Hill. Both of them guys are going to make it, so I have no problem with that. These fucking safeties that we have, Jeremy Reeves made a few good tackles today, but not consistent. Trey Sullivan, another guy making tackles, but not consistent. Then if you want to go to the cornerback position, Sidney Jones got his ankles broken by Cordell Patterson, but that was really one play. He's going to make mistakes. Shit happens, guys. You're only a human being. You make fucking mistakes. Sidney Jones had a really good game, actually. If you guys really look closely, other than that Cordell Patterson trip up for a touchdown, he made tackles. He was all over the damn field today, okay? Every time the ball was thrown, to a dump-off pass to the left or right, he was right there making the tackle, doing his thing. We're staying on the hip of the receiver and really making nice tackles, breaking up, deflecting these balls for pass breakups. He did very well. He can only get better, and Sidney Jones, I can't say much more, but he's going to have a roster spot, of course, but he might be starting in that nickel spot, okay? So don't go crazy because, he got tripped up one fucking play for a touchdown, okay? Shit happens, okay? Nobody's fucking perfect, but he is a very, very good player, as you can see throughout this game that he just played. Devontae Ballsby made a few tackles, not too bad. Wasn't actually in a lot, but you see Ronald Darby looked he could have had at least 2 picks tonight, and he fucking dropped them, okay? Darby is on the receiver, and he is on the hip pocket, and he is following the receiver all the way down. He is very good with his arms, putting his body in the right spot. Darby looked absolutely great. When Jim Schwartz said that they were having a good camp, he wasn't lying that they were having an actually good camp. So, props to Ronald Darby and his contract year this year. So it's going to be a big decision for the Eagles to make, because if they know at the end of the year there's not a corner that they want in the draft, or there's somebody that could step up and take his spot on the outside. I don't think Sidney Jones is going to be an outside corner this year. I think he's going to be in the nickel. I just don't think that. That's why I'm glad we didn't draft him in the top 10, because if we drafted him in the top 10 and he's going to really only play the nickel, I don't know. Maybe he can, but nickel's his spot, and I think that's where he should go. Having Darby on the outside really helps. Jalen Mills on the outside made some good tackles today, was covering. Jim Schwartz was correct with both of these guys, Jalen Mills and Ronald Darby, having very good camps and showing it in the preseason, so that's a great thing. But other than that, guys, tight end, Zach Ertz, whenever he was in, he made a few catches, made about 2 catches today, nothing crazy, running down the seams, doing his thing, great route running. Dallas Goedert had about 2 or 3 touchdowns he would have had in the end zone, dropped 2 of them in the end zone, but had a really good 26-yard pass today. So running down the field and breaking tackles. The guy can actually catch the ball, turn around, and make people jump on his back, getting extra yards. So a lot to it towards that. So Dallas Goedert's only going to get better. He had 2 drops in the end zone, but I'm not going crazy about that, because he's only going to get better. It's rookie year. With everyone else, when this whole offense is together, together in one fucking shot all together with the receivers and everything, it's going to come together very nicely. That's what's so special about it. Now you go to the running back position, and Matt Jones was positive, but was very negative as well. He can't catch the ball for his fucking life, okay? He tried catching the ball once, and it was, he deflected it off his fucking hands, ended up an interception, okay? And then another time he dropped another ball for a catch again, and would have had perfect pass, dropped the ball, would have had extra yards, would have probably got physical contact, got more yards. So he was in a good spot, but he dropped the ball, unfortunately. Then when he actually had the screen pass, he looked very good. Looked like a nice bruiser running back, and had a lot of space, and he looks like he could take on a lot of yards. But catching the ball, this offense desires a lot of these running backs to catch the ball out of the backfield and do their thing. And these running backs can't just do one thing. They got to do multiple things, okay? In Doug Pearson's offense, these running backs have to do more than just take the ball and run up field. Got to catch the ball as well. No Josh Adams, of course, because of the injury. So with Matt Jones, going back to that, don't know if he's going to be on this team. He's really not catching the ball really well. It's not a good thing. It's not a very good thing for him at all. So I don't know what to do. And by the end of this game, I'm kind of seeing like there are these fucking commentators that do the fucking Patriots games are literally like the first fucking defense of the Patriots is facing Chance Warmack on the offensive line, Isaac Samalo, Matt Pryor that actually blocked very well today. So Matt Pryor is thumbs up for me. Watched him closely. Chance Warmack, Isaac Samalo, fucking Taylor Hart. I mean, you got to be fucking kidding me. And you're rate. Oh my God, the pressure has been absolutely amazing by the Patriots. Look what the offensive line you're facing right now. Nate Sudfeld had no time to throw most of his fucking balls because he's running backwards half the damn time. So I'm not taking this into account like other people are freaking out about. This is a preseason game. It's not about winning the fucking game. It's nice to win, but it doesn't mean anything. You're looking at your guys individually, and you're seeing what they're doing and seeing how much they can get better. So no need to fucking flip out over it and make a huge deal over it. So didn't want to do a bunch of editing for this video, but overall the Eagles did a few Eagles did a pretty good job tonight, but there's a lot of shit's got to get cleaned up. But honestly, guys, our wide receiver group wasn't in. The Patriots' first defense fucked up our third, fourth, fifth stringers, okay? So, really, let's get into fucking reality now, okay? And the Patriots just did that bullshit to fucking get back at us for a fucking Super Bowl win that they couldn't fucking get, okay? So, really, overall, this is going to help strengthen our fucking roster, okay? This is how you find out that what you need to do about your roster, who you're going to cut, who you're not going to cut, okay? Can't just be like every player is going to fucking stand out. They kept their guys in longer. We didn't, okay? Because we need to fucking find out who's going to be ready to play, who's going to be a backup, who's going to be third string, fourth string, second string, whatever the hell it is. That's how you find out who's going to be on your team or not. Whether we played like shit or we played fantastic, okay? Nate Sudfeld did whatever he possibly could do. I think he could be a very good quarterback, okay? I don't think he's going to be a starter. I think, honestly, he could be a career backup as of right now. But he's playing better on the Eagles than he did when he was with the Redskins, okay? There's a lot that goes into it. But, hey, have a lot of faith in this team, okay? Like I said last year, have faith. Last year, fucking made a big deal out of preseason games. Remember when we had Sam Bradford and DeMarco Murray? Remember that time? And we were like against the Green Bay Packers, right? Walter Thurman, all these guys that we brought in, and then we started playing fantastic, and everybody was all hyped up about the season, Super Bowl, remember? Well, guess what happened that year? Didn't do a fucking thing that whole year. Perfect preseason with all those guys, and we had a perfect disaster, I'll call it. So stop making a big deal about these fucking scores, about these fucking players with their little hiccups once in a while. Don't worry, the fucking roster will shape up the way it is. When it finalizes until the fucking masterpiece that it's going to be, you guys will see what's going to happen during this fucking first game of the season. You will see opening night what this team is going to be all about and the rest of the season. So that's all I really got to say about this game, guys. I'll come out with a video tomorrow on some of the other bullshit that's going on with the fans and with everything the fuck else. But that's about it. That's my recap for the fucking New England Patriot game. Preseason game number 2, going on to the Browns next week. And that's about it. So that's all I got to say. Shake's got up. Fly, let's fly.